Chapter 91 The Might of the Imperial Uncle 3. Facing the pressure from Jiushang, the Nanling Emperor was barely hanging by a thread. He felt as if a huge mountain was pressing on him, making it difficult for him to even breathe. Upon seeing Yansong kneeling on the ground in shock, he got even more nervous. As the ruler of a country, he was actually afraid of a lord to such an extent. If word got out, wouldn't he make everyone laugh? The Nanling Emperor tried his best to maintain his composure. He kept telling himself, "I am the Emperor of the Nanling Empire. I don't have to be afraid of anyone. Ninth Imperial Uncle, I am here today because the soldiers of the Dongxiang Empire have trespassed on my borders. As for the Duke's estate and the Imperial Preceptor's estate, let's talk about it later, okay? Let me ask you this. If Zubation was still the war god of the Nanling Empire, would the Dongxiang Empire have the courage to invade the Nanling Empire's borders? You don't even understand the root of the empire, the foundation of the empire, and the source of a rich empire. How can you protect the Nanling Empire? You can't tolerate Zubation, but you also have to rely on him to protect the imperial throne. You want your horse to be good, but you also want your horse to not eat the grass. How can there be such a good thing in the world? Your recent actions are just like this board game. You're courting death. Jiushang did not mince his words at all, laying out the emperor's dark side in public and not giving him any face. Although the Nanling Emperor was displeased, he did not dare to say anything. The pressure that Jiushang emitted made him almost lose his balance. He had always known that Jiushang was mysterious and powerful. Otherwise, the ancestral emperor would not have lowered his status to address Jiushang as his brother. Jiushang and the ancestral emperor addressed each other as brothers. In terms of seniority, he was much higher than him. It was disrespectful for him to even address Jiushang as the Ninth Imperial Uncle. He really did not know what background this guy had. After Jiushang his piece, he turned his gaze to Yansong, who was kneeling on the ground, and said mockingly, "A small imperial preceptor, who is neither the descendant of the founding father nor someone from a large family. Just because he had a good daughter and a good grandson, he has forgotten who conquered this empire. One of you is muddle-headed, while the other is treacherous. If the Nanling Empire doesn't perish, I would find it strange." Ninth Imperial Uncle, Yansong wanted to say something, but he was too afraid. His entire body was trembling. He could not say a word for a long time. He felt like the sky was collapsing and that he was about to die. He and Zubation had been fighting openly and secretly for so many years and had always been evenly matched. Who knew that the Ninth Imperial Uncle would suddenly appear and break this balance? If he had known that the Ninth Imperial Uncle would protect Zubation, even if he was beaten to death back then, he would not have dared to send people to assassinate Zubation. "I'm tired. Go back where you came from. As for the Nanling Empire's problem, it was caused by you. Since you planted the seeds, go enjoy the fruits yourself. I won't interfere in the affairs of the country. Also, I'll give you a piece of advice. I already have a marriage relationship with the Duke's estate. If you continue to do anything to the people from the Duke's estate, don't blame me for being ruthless." When Jiushang ordered them to leave, the Nanling Emperor and Yansong seemed to have received an amnesty order and left in a hurry without saying a word. It was only when they had walked out of the Duke's estate's door that their taut nerves finally relaxed a little. Perhaps it was because of Jiushang's words, but the way the Nanling Emperor looked at Yansong now was no longer as easygoing as before. There was more hatred now. Although the Ninth Imperial Uncle's words were ugly, they made sense. If not for Elder Yansong fanning the flames and sowing discord, he would not have had such prejudice against Zubation. Wouldn't that allow the Imperial Preceptor's estate to be the only one that could threaten his imperial authority?